Let's talk about my PWS. This is the MK116 MOD2 and 7.62x39. And this is my main squeeze. This is my go-to hunting rig right here. And I want to talk to you guys about why I chose the 7.62x39. I've noticed online that it turns into like a little argument about why people choose 7.62x39. They think it's useless, and I have to disagree with that. And I'm going to tell you guys pretty much the benefits of owning a 7.62x39. I'm not going to tell you that it's the best thing on the planet, but if you're a pig hunter, it's a no-brainer, okay? But before we get into that, we need to move off into the shade. This sun is beaming down on me, and I don't think I'm going to make it all the way through. So let me load this up, let me move the truck over into the shade, and then we'll finish this up real quick. All right, I'm back. Out of that damn sun. Lived here almost my entire life, and I still can't get used to this heat. Took the sling off the rifle, but here we go. PWS MK116 MOD2 and 7.62x39. If you want to see a review on this rifle, there's plenty of videos on YouTube, or you can go to PWS's website, and there's a full description of every single thing on this rifle, okay? I just want to talk to you guys about why I chose the PWS and why I chose 7.62x39. If you follow me on Instagram, I've talked about this several times, but cost, okay? It's very expensive to hunt pigs. We shoot off a lot of rounds. It's not like you're going out deer hunting and it usually takes 1 or 2 rounds to put an animal down, or you're varmint hunting and only that 1 round counts, right? That's not necessarily how it goes when you're pig hunting, excuse me. When you run into a sounder, you can easily dump a mag, and the first thing that comes to your mind is, damn, that was expensive. You know, especially when you're shooting 308, 6.8, 223, 300 blackout. Just about any caliber in the AR platform will add up in cost when it comes to ammunition. So I said, you know what, I'm gonna build an AR in 7.62x39, and I failed. I don't have a problem sharing that. I failed. I did everything. I shortened the firing pins. I've gotten longer firing pins, changed out the bolt carrier group, triggers, lowers, uppers, you name it. I did everything, and it turned out to be a huge money pit, and I could not get that rifle to shoot properly, so I had to scrap it. And I was frustrated because I was really wanting the 7.62x39. Well, I came across PWS, and I was just intrigued with their design. Their forged upper and lowers are just sexy as hell. You got the pick mod technology here on the rails, okay? And the first question I had to them was, do you offer this in 7.62x39? And they said yes. And I said, debit card, you know, so, but I want to show you guys the heart of this rifle and what makes this rifle extremely reliable. There's a lot of people out there that have ARs in 7.62x39 with no issues. You're lucky. I'm serious, you're lucky. I'm happy yours runs just fine. There's plenty of manufacturers out there that make an AR in 7.62x39 and they run just fine. I wanted something that was perfect right out of the box. I didn't want to have to do any modifications to the rifle, okay? You have some manufacturers out there that sell some rifles, but they're plain Jane. Next thing you know, you're dropping about $400 or $500 into that rifle to make it comfortable or to shoot the way you want it to shoot. It shouldn't be that way. The first thing people think about PWS, and it's like, oh man, that's expensive. Okay, MSRP is, I'll say right around $2,000. You can find them easily somewhere around $1,700, $1,800. Look at this thing. I'm being serious, just look at it. It's money well spent, okay? Now when you get this rifle, it's gonna come, mine came with a Zeb trigger and a BCM stock. I wasn't fond of the trigger. I thought it was a little heavy. It was a good trigger, but I thought it was a little too heavy. So I ditched that trigger. I ended up getting a CMC single stage 2-pound. Okay, this is a single stage 2-pound. This was just released not too long ago, and I switched out the BCM stock for the Magpul MOE here. That was it. That's all I had to do. If the trigger and the stock doesn't bother you, you don't have to do anything to this rifle, okay? I got the Radian charging handle on here, the Raptor. Like I said, the PIC mod technology on this rail, look at this. It is slim, okay? You have the option to run any type of Picatinny attachments here on the front, on the sides, and even on the bottom, but you don't have the rail sticking out down on the bottom. It's still smooth. This is key mod. Okay. The heart of this rifle, I'm about to show you right now. And it's their long stroke system. This is what I think helps the 7.62 by 39 run so reliably. Work with me here. And here it is. Spring-loaded bolt. The lugs are oversized. I want to say this is a stainless steel bolt. This is probably one of the weakest points on any AR in 7.62 by 39 is the bolt. And that is the first thing you notice about this. They put a lot of attention into this bolt. The actual bolt carrier group itself is, I probably shot 1,100 rounds through this rifle, and I see barely any wear on this thing. They cut it out in the areas where it will have, where there could be contact in the upper receiver. They cleaned those up. You can see they cleaned it up really well to where there's less contact and wear on the actual bolt carrier group. And you got your rod here. This thing looks very similar to a damn AK, the way AK operates. I'll take off that front part. Look at that. This is the heart of it. No other manufacturer offers this. This is what makes that PWS different from all the others, okay? This is what you're paying for. I'm gonna put this back in here. Give me a sec. I love this thing. I really do. It's very effective. You get a small tool with it, excuse me, and this is what you'll use to remove your handguard and also adjust your gas block. It has a 3-way adjustable gas block. There's a cutout right here, okay? And right now it's on 2, but I usually keep it on 1. And you want to keep it on 1 if you're not running suppressed. If you're running suppressed, I usually put it on 2. If you're running a hot load or any type of military ammunition, you can switch it all the way over to 3, okay? But most of the time, I'm running non-suppressed, it stays in 1. Super easy to get to. I'm just really blown away by this thing, man. It has been a real treat. It's been a real blessing to have it. It's been devastating on pigs. If you ever see the kills that I have or some of the videos, they just roll over, they drop. Is this something that you want to take to a 3-gun match? Probably not. Is it something that you want to shoot out to 700, 800 yards? No, this is not the platform for it. This rifle has its place, and it's strictly pig hunting for me. But I'm sure you could use it for a lot of other things. They come in different variants as far as length. I want to say they make one in 11-inch and they make another one in an 8. I could be wrong, but I think it's 11 and 8-inch. And man, the videos that I've been seeing, they run just as good as mine. So, like I said, I didn't want to get too far in depth with it. I just want to talk about it and why I chose it. We'll go shoot it and show you guys how reliable it is. Usually I have my Vortex optics on here, man. Usually I have the Razor or the Gen 2 1-6, but I had the EOTech and magnifier sitting around, and I was like, man, I really want to start using it. So I threw it on here, and it's working out just well. This thing is sweet. It's just a sexy ass rifle. Everything is ambidextrous. You have ambidextrous safety, okay? Ambidextrous bolt release. Look at this. Ambidextrous mag release. PWS really did some wonderful things with these rifles. They're out of Boise, Idaho. Good people to deal with. You got the ratchet style castle nut there on the rear. You get this, and I promise you, you probably wouldn't touch anything. You probably wouldn't touch anything. You'll probably just leave it alone. And that's the best thing about it. You can easily drop $1,500 on a, I'm not gonna say their names, but you can drop $1,500 on a rifle and easily have to drop $500 to $600 into it to get it to where you want it. You don't have to worry about that with PWS. These are phenomenal weapons. Yesterday I had it out in the rain. No issues. I don't think there's any rust on here. The bolt carry group is the best part though. I shot close to 1,100 rounds out of this rifle. I want to say about 500 to 600 of that was suppressed. I literally showed people on Instagram on my live feed. I pulled the bolt carry group out. It was black as can be. I mean, you couldn't tell it was stainless steel. I took a paper towel and wiped it off. I used no solvents to clean this thing. And I threw it right back in the rifle and I hunted with it the next day. No issues. One of the biggest issues that I did run into though was magazines. I noticed another guy that did a review on this. He didn't have any problems. The rifle comes with an ASC mag. I want to say 3 of them. And it did not run properly with the ASC mags. As soon as I put a C Products magazine in here, it ran awesome. I did run into a little issues with the 30 rounder, but when I put the 20 rounders in here, no problems whatsoever. I'm gonna load up a 30 rounder though. We're gonna shoot it, see what it does, and then I'll load up a 20 rounder. We'll shoot that as well, and then we'll call it quits. PWS. Before I shoot this thing, I want to talk to you guys about the ammunition that I've been using. About 80% of the time, I'm using Wolf ammunition. This is 123 grain hollow point. Guys, I'm getting 1,000 rounds for $210, and it is very, very effective, and it's saving me a ton of money. Another good ammo that I run is Hornady. This is the 123 grain SSTs. These are not cheap to shoot. But still, believe it or not, still cheaper than 223 or 300 Blackout, and they're coming out about $23.50. C Products magazine. But I want to show you guys real quick before we do this a comparison here with 300 Blackout and the 7.62x39. Both of these are 123 grain. Like I said, $23.50 over here. This one's coming out about $21.30, $21.40. Guys, I really couldn't tell you the biggest difference between the two. It's just cost. It's just cost. These are pig killers right here though. Let's go shoot this thing. So we're gonna set up a small little ADAP here from TA Targets. This thing is small. But should be fun to shoot at. You can shoot this 223 at 30 yards, 308 at 50 yards, and larger than 308 at 100 yards, and pistols 10 yards minimum. That should ring pretty good. All right, got the 20 rounder in here. Got the plate set up at about 75 yards. I didn't want to put it out too far because it's actually kind of small. But just let you guys hear some of the feedback and also see how reliable the rifle is. lock back. Now, we got the 30 rounder, the banana clip. All right. I don't know if you guys can see that. It's smoking really bad. I'm going to tell you guys what that's from. Let me bolt lock back. That is frog lube. I hunted yesterday with this in the rain, and there was some small areas that I wanted to touch up with oil before it started to create a little rust. That is not the rifle, guys. That is frog lube smoking. So I saw that and I was like, whoa, is my gloves on fire? That's good stuff, man. 7.62 by 39 from PWS.